Middle East has been a complete strange territory for us. After a last-minute change of schedule and a long flight from New York, we arrive in Jordan, starting the unexpected journey in this road gem and culture hub in the Middle East. From the innovative modern lifestyle to the impressive ancient civilization, this amazing adventure turned out to be the trip of our lifetime. We enjoyed the first morning with the view of the white city on top of the hill at Fairmont Amman, where the whole property is full of modern and contemporary Middle Eastern features and decor. And after an energetic traditional breakfast, we started to explore the capital and areas among its 7 hills. The city is on the rise while being able to keep the best of its roots and traditions. We passed by Abu Darwish Mosque, built with black and white stones in traditional Levantine style. Then we cruised onto the trendy Rainbow Street, the best spot to experience the lifestyle of new generation. Discover many and special local cafes, restaurants, and boutiques such as Trinity Soap House, where everything is made locally with the ingredients from the Dead Sea area. We had a beautiful luncheon with local at the Farquhardin restaurant, where the ancient Levantine cuisine is served. It is a cuisine considered as one of the oldest and healthiest in the world. In the afternoon, we came to Dar al-Fanan, the home for the new contemporary Arab art. You could spot and appreciate upcoming Middle Eastern artists in this restored archaeology site, a place where the classic meets the contemporary. We also stopped by the newly developed High Street Strip, the Boulevard in Abdali project, to enjoy the modern and luxury vibe of Amman. Then we wrap up the night with various flavors of shisha with some local friends. Just the perfect way to relax before the next adventure. Next morning, we left Amman for the ancient town of Madaba, the city best known for its Byzantine and Umayyad mosaics. We're invited by the local to see the stunning interior of the King Hussein Mosque, learning and understanding their traditions at the Muslim place of worship. And after seeing the mosaic map and historical site around town, we visited St. John the Baptist Church and the Acropolis Museum located in the ancient arch rooms underneath the building. We witnessed many of the most significant Madaba mosaics, the old Moabite well, about 3,000 years old, and the place of vows. It was an incredible location with great cultural values across centuries and generations. Then we climbed up to the bell tower to end our short visit with the panorama of Madaba. Shortly after, we followed the untouched landscape and the ancient route to the northern region of Petra. While entering the Jordan Valley, we joined the shepherd to connect with the land, animals, and nature. There are many ancient Roman ruins scattered around the area before we arrived at the Bel al-Fanan, the house of the artist. This small guest house was once owned by Jordanian architect Ahmad Kamash, who visited Petra frequently for inspirations. It was a special retreat and getaway with cozy rooms, sublime views from the terrace, and art materials for us to indulge when we feel inspired by the surroundings. After enjoying the rich agriculture in Jordan Valley, we followed the King's Highway towards south through the drier valleys and land where we found fields of solar panels and modern windmills. I was impressed when I learned Jordan ranks first in the region and third in the world in renewable and clean energy growth. Just in the blink of an eye, our road trip went from blue sky to gloomy sandstorm. We almost got lost in Dana Biosphere Reserve as the road was covered by the sand. Finally, right before sunset, We managed to arrive at Fena Eco Lodge, a remote retreat destination with no electricity in the room. The guests lighted up the building with candles while enjoying the authentic Bedouin hospitality supplied and managed by the local team. The experience was not only about living green, but also building a community of sustainability for the future. From the Eco Lodge to traditional Jordanian village residence at Hayat Zaman Hotel in Wadi Muji, we continue our journey towards the ancient city of Petra. Upon arrival in the Rose City, the clock immediately turned backwards to the 4th century BC when the Nabateans cut the Wadi Rum Valley with their impressive engineering and advanced civilization at this major hub of trade. Then through a crack in time, the canyon opened up to the treasury, the facade that is possibly a tomb and a memorial for a royal member. Then we hop on a camel for a ride in order to admire the monuments and ruins from all different angles. We pass through the famous Street of Facade, step into areas of different tombs and then arrive at the ancient Roman theater carved into the side of the mountain. It took us a whole day to realize the scale of this lost city. The time travel continued into the exclusive Petra by night. Over 3,000 candles were lit up under the Milky Way and guided the visitor back to the treasury for the local Bedouin tribe performances. We're completely mesmerized by the magical melody and the spiritual moment. After experiencing the ancient civilization ahead of its time, we welcomed the sunrise around 6 a.m. on back of the camel in Wadi Rum, the valley of the moon that makes you feel like you're on a different planet, with a unique landscape and rock formation. We cruise through the desert on the camel and arrive in our futuristic dome camp, which has become one of the best glamping experiences we have ever had. At the end of the ride, the local taught us how to clean ourselves in an ancient way with the soap grass. How interesting! When the desert heat started chasing us, we jumped on the jeep for a desert safari, a great way to enjoy this stunning red valley. Wadi Rum has been inhabited by many human civilizations since the prehistoric period, with abandoned history of Bedouins and explorers from ancient time. As the night came close, we returned to our camp and started a bonfire while we digged out the traditional Bedouin dinner cooked in the sand dune. Nothing could compare with this special moment with your friends on the millions of stars, and it will always stay in our heart. Just thought our adventure could not get any better. We all challenged ourselves at Wadi Muji, a canyon that's full of water. We did not know what to expect before our arrival to this well-known river in Hebrew Bible, but it was a brand new hiking experience. We had the entire trail to ourselves with a local guide. We traced the river from shallow water to deep rushing stream, and we finished at the top of the waterfall before we slided down and floated back to the beginning of the canyon by the Dead Sea. After an intense day that went beyond our limits, we finally got to relax and recover at the Jordanian-style villa at Movan Peak Resort and Spa by the Dead Sea, with a warm welcome and authentic local elements. At 400 meters below the sea level, the world's lowest elevation on land, we lay down for an easy swim, more like floating, in the middle of the Dead Sea. Nothing could survive in the saltiest body of water but pure beauty. Look back to our week-long journey in Jordan. There was definitely no single ordinary moment, and we could rewind the entire travel story over and over.